Hello! So today I'm going to show you how to set up a paper into APA format using Google Documents. The first thing we want to do is set up the text formatting for the bulk of the paper. So you're going to go up to the top and change your font from Arial to Times New Roman, your font size from 11 to 12, and then go along this bar until you come across line spacing, and you're going to change it to double spaced. Now that we have that set up, we need to set up our header. So you're going to click up in the top, double click, and it'll bring up the header selection. Now in APA format, you have a cover page before the rest of your paper, and the cover page has different formatting than the rest of the paper, so you need to make sure that you click different first page in your header selections. Otherwise, you'll have to redo your headers all over again if you forget. Now that we're in the header selection, we need to change our font again. So we're going to change it to Times New Roman and our size to 12. Now on your cover page, you're going to type in the words running head. Only the R should be capitalized, and then you're going to turn your caps lock on to type your title. So my title for this is going to be APA Practice Format. Now if you had a longer title, you would want to shorten it so that it's not taking up the whole space of your header. Now that we have our title typed in, we're going to hit Tab until we get all the way closer to the edge of the paper, and then we want to insert a page number. So you're going to go to Insert, Header and Page Number, and then you're going to select this first option up here. So your page number should always be in the upper right-hand corner of your paper. So we're going to click on that, and it gives us a number 1. Now it pushed it over a little too far, so we're going to hit backspace, and then just space it until it's almost about to fall onto a second line. So now that our header is set up, we're going to click back down, and now we're going to set up the rest of our cover page. So we're going to want to change our alignment to center and hit enter until we're about a third of the way down the page. About here looks good. So the first thing you need to do is type in your title again. You do not need caps lock on for this one. After your title is typed, you're going to hit enter and type your name. And then hit enter one more time and type in your school name. Okay, so now you just want to make sure that it's in good spacing on your page, so that it's not too close to the top and not too close to the bottom. And it looks pretty good here. So now you're going to click up to the end after where you typed your school name. And now we need to insert a page break so that we can start on a new page without messing up the spacing of the whole paper. So to insert a page break, you're going to go to the top and click on Insert, go down to Break, and hit Page Break. And now this lets us start the second page. So since we're on the second page, let's go ahead and set the headers up for the rest of your pages. So you're going to click on the top again. It has our page number here, which is good, but the page number is not in the right formatting. So I'm going to hit Control+A so that everything's changed to the right text. And we're going to change the font from Arial to Times New Roman again, and the size from 11 to 12. Now, our page number is set to be on the right-hand side, which is good, but we need our title to be on the left-hand side. So I'm going to hit left for now, and then we'll just tab over that page number when we're done. Now, for the rest of your pages, you do not need to type in running head again. However, your title should still be in capitals. So I'm going to hit caps lock again and type my title. Okay, so now I'm going to tab my number 2 back all the way over to the right and space it until it's just about to fall off. So now the rest of our headers for the rest of our paper is set up perfectly. So now I'm going to click back down, and it's still in center alignment, which is okay. So we need to type our title for a third time. You do not need caps lock on for this one though. So after your title is typed, you're going to hit enter, and then we need to move it back to a left align. We're going to hit the tab to indent it one space, and then this is where your introduction of your paper would go. Okay, so the bulk of your paper would be happening right now. So you would do your introduction, your body paragraphs, your conclusion. When you have reached your conclusion and finish it, you want to insert a page break again so that we can do our references. So I'm going to go to Insert, break, page break. Now we need this to be center aligned, and we're going to type in references. Now, references is the only thing you should have typed in here. If you're using MLA format, you would type in works cited, but for APA format, references is the standard. So after you've typed references, you're going to hit enter, and we don't need it, oops, spelling mistake. We don't need it to be center aligned anymore, so we're going to hit left align. Okay, so now this is where you would import any references you have. If you are using Noodle tools, you can export it to a Google Doc and then copy and paste here. So this is the basics of APA format, but I also want to show you what it looks like in a full paper. So this is a paper I wrote this summer for one of my graduate classes. So we can see in my cover page, I have running head and my title in all capitals, as well as my page number. If we scroll down, you'll see that my title is actually much longer than what's in my running head. So my full title is Chronic Absenteeism in Students, the Factors Leading to and the Effects on a Student's Education. That would be way too long to have in the header portion of my paper though. So for my headers, I just shortened it to Chronic Absenteeism in Students. You want to make sure that when you shorten it, it still makes sense of what your paper is talking about. So then we have my name. For this one, I also added my course number and then my school. So if we go on to page 2, we'll see that we do not have running head in our header. So it's just chronic absenteeism in students as well as our page number. Now, something that you'll see in higher levels of APA format or APA papers is that you'll have an abstract. So an abstract is just kind of a brief summary about what the paper is about. So in abstracts, we keep it justified, so it's not aligned left or right. It takes up the entire space of the page between. At the end of my abstract, I did a page break just like we did before, so I could start my introduction. So now when I typed in my title, I'm typing in that long title again, and then I'm hitting enter, aligning it left, and hitting that tab and starting my paper. Now, when you see these that are center and bold, they are kind of subsections of your paper, so they're easy to point out. So a second subsection that I have is discussion, and then you see left and in bold is kind of like my talking point. You'll also see that when we are citing sources, if we are using a quote, we are making sure to put the name of it, the year, the page number, and then you end your parentheses, put a period, and then end your quote. So you shouldn't have a period beforehand. The period always comes at the end after your citation. So then if we scroll down to the references page, you will see that references is in the center. And then I hit enter and we left aligned, and then this is where my references were pasted. So with a reference, you don't indent the first part of it. So it's always smack dab on the left. Anything that spills onto a second line though, you would tab in so that way you can clearly see where each of the references are and can clearly identify them. Okay, so this is going to conclude my little overview of APA format. If you have any questions, please feel free to see me after class or after school, and I can definitely help you with them. Thanks for watching.